The 2025 NFL Draft is just weeks away, and the experts have finally laid out what they think the Kansas City Chiefs are up to with that first-round pick. I've been digging into some fresh data, and let me tell you, their strategy is starting to make total sense. Let's break this down together, because the Chiefs are at a crossroads, and this draft could shape their roster in a big way. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. So, here's the deal. We're talking about the Chiefs sitting at the 31st overall pick in the first round, and do they have options? Are they going tackle to shore up that offensive line? Maybe a running back to add some juice to the backfield? Could they go wide receiver or flip it to the defensive side with an edge rusher or a defensive tackle? It's wide open, and that's what makes this so exciting. I've been looking at what the national mock drafts are saying, stuff from Arrowhead Pride and other big outlets, and it's giving us a solid clue about where the Chiefs might go. Spoiler, it's not as wild as you'd think. Let's break it down with what the experts are projecting. The national mocks say 39% of the time, the Chiefs are taking an offensive tackle. That's a huge chunk, right? The name I keep seeing is Josh Simmons from Ohio State. He's got 17% of those mocks. Then there's Josh Connerly Jr. from Oregon popping up too. I get why. I think that Super Bowl showed our O-line had some shaky moments, and everyone's thinking we need to keep Mahomes upright. But here's my take. I'm not sold on burning a first-rounder on a tackle. We've got Jalen Moore on the roster, and I feel pretty good about him. Why grab a guy who might not even start day one? It's something to chew on. Now, let's flip to defense. 22% of mocks have us taking a defensive tackle. Guys like Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, he's at 6%. And Kenneth Grant from Michigan are in the mix. That feels like a Chiefs move to me, adding some grit up front to mess with quarterbacks. Then you've got 11% saying edge rusher, 10% pointing to a guard, and 8% leaning defensive back. Wide receivers at 4%, tight ends at 3%, and running back just 1%. Yeah, 1%. That number's got me raising an eyebrow, and I'll loop back to it because I think it's off. So over at Arrowhead Pride, they dropped a mock where they've got us taking Ohio State running back Trayvon Henderson at 31. Bold pick, and I've mocked him myself. But honestly, I'd rather snag him in the second round if he falls. I'm also a huge fan of his teammate Quinshon Judkins. I think he might even be the better pro. Those Ohio State backs are dynamite, but first round feels steep unless it's a slam dunk. If we're talking a first-round running back, I'd lean Omarion Hampton from North Carolina. That dude's a beast. Still that 1% running back projection? Way too low. Our backfield needs a jolt, and I'd bet it's higher on our list than the national guys think. Here's my big takeaway. I'm all about going best player available. We don't need to force a pick just to patch a hole. We've got the flexibility to grab the guy who's too good to pass up. The national mocks are obsessed with O-line and D-line, over 50% combined, and I see the reasoning. That Super Bowl exposed some weak spots up front, but if a stud like Luther Burden, that Mizzou wide receiver, slides to 31, you take him, no hesitation. It's about fit and upside, not just checking a box. All right, let's get into my own mock draft because I think I'm onto something. I did a quick 3-rounder and it's looking sharp. First round, 31st pick. I'm taking Walter Nolan, that Ole Miss defensive tackle. Love that pick. He's a disruptor, and our D-line gets nasty with him. Second round, pick 63. I'm going off script and grabbing Darian Porter, the Iowa State quarterback. I know, it's a curveball, but if we see him as a future asset, why not? Then in the third, I double up. Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, and Kevin Winston Jr., a safety from Penn State. That's a haul, right? Defense gets tougher, and Mahomes gets a new toy. I was tempted by guys like DJ Giddens from Kansas State, or even LSU tight end Mason Taylor, but I stuck with the best talent on the board. Oh, and real quick, some analyst, Chad something, had us trading up big for Alabama guard Tyler Booker. I'm not buying it. Trading up from 31 for a guard? That's not how we roll. We're smarter. We work the board, not chase it. So here's the wrap up. The experts are locking in, and it's all clicking. We could go tackle or D-line like the mocks say, and it'd fit our DNA, but don't count out running back or even a big swing like a wideout if the value's there. My mock shows we can blend need with upside, and that's the Chiefs' way. Stay loose, grab talent, keep winning. What do you guys think? Drop your picks in the comments. Simmons, Nolan, maybe Judkins? Hit subscribe if you're new, and let's keep this NFL talk rolling.